What's going on, guys? Welcome in, welcome back. These messages ride in on the frequency of love for the highest good. Take what resonates and leave what does not. Magic. I got the magic in me. Do you guys remember that song? I used to cringe so hard with that song, but low-key, I think I kind of like it for this moment. Every time I touch that track, it turns into gold. Are those really the lyrics? Who? Okay, I'm gonna reserve my judgment on that. Who let that song happen? That's no offense to whoever wrote that, and God bless them for getting that. And those lyrics could have been a little better though. Magic. Okay, shadow. End of cycles, transformation. We could really end it there. I'm just kidding. The shadow that's coming out here, you guys, is like this beautiful energy of you being able to look at these aspects of self. We talk about this over and over in these readings, but like someone here has actually done this now. You've brought this out into the light and you have closed some type of cycle, and it's created like instant transformation as a result. I'm so excited. This feels like somebody like followed through on one of the recent readings. Actually, now I'm feeling like this channel is like a continuation of somebody that like dug in there and then like pulled something out of the caverns and was like, wow, and then like almost like made something out of it, or was just like, oh, you don't scare me anymore. And then it was like you just were like, oh, like almost that Fool card, just off the cliff into surrender, right? Ready to fly, baby, leaving the nest. Oh my gosh, I've said this so often. I see a handful of, I have not seen a ton of movies, honestly, like, but let's just keep going, because I'm gonna just see Arco. And I wanted to say, when I say I've seen a ton of movies, what I'm talking about, I've seen a ton of movies, I mean recently. I have not seen a ton of movies. I've been a little bit like off trying to deal with myself. But when I came back and saw the first movie I saw, and I've said this before, Arco, and it's A-R-C-O, go watch it. Okay, you jumped and you were ready to fly. Like you jumped and left the nest before you were ready to fly, right? In like the wrong fucking outfit and shit and all this stuff. And you landed, bitch, on your fucking feet though. Like you are committed to creating healthy and harmonious relationships with yourself and others. Okay, love this too. All right, now I'm gonna dig in here a little bit. I'm already getting this trajectory here into transformation, but I like to see your current position because I want to see it. Oop. The world. You've done it. You've done it. You transformed. That's confirmation. I wanted to see where we were in this timeline. Like, you have transformed for whoever this is. Whoa. This is so cool. You're coming into the world that you saw, like that you set out to create, and the world is meeting you in the way that like you were created, which is so cool. Like, that's so fucking cool. And so now the energy's picking up here where you're like, oh, like maybe this is the world I want to see. Maybe there is a world I could live inside of that like could be harmonious and peaceful for me and like many other people who feel the same way. Is that possible? Like, is that possible? And you're like, I don't know, but you're sitting here on some like, it's looking pretty, it's looking mighty possible where I'm seated. It's looking pretty possible where the Emperor is seated as well, I would say. What? The world and the Emperor. You transformed the world. You are the Emperor. You have leadership qualities, skills, tools, resources, understanding, knowledge, expertise, and like the ability to hold it all, disperse it all, apply it all. You have this like code inside of your mind that is so specific to you and what you do and how you apply that where you are, with who you're with, when you're with them. And that could be a very few people, but you see the impact. You can't even understand the impact when you are so intentional. the ripple, like the wrinkle in time, the ripple of the butterfly effect, literally, that happens here. Like when this, you can like magically upgrade your timelines. Sliding doors. I'm referencing all kinds of movies for that, for people in the comments who don't love movies. Everything Everywhere All at Once. Matrix. Like Inception. Worlds like kind of bending and moving and being malleable. Like Truman Show, literally, but you are like Truman, writer, director, producer Truman. Truman's producing, writing, directing, and it doesn't suck. You know? Like if someone was rude, and 5:55 on the timer. I just saw it, so I looked up. The Emperor. Let's build. Let's build on that. I feel like that's the word. Like now you're ready to build. Build. You're building. That's balance. Okay, that's Four of Wands. You know, you're building something very, very even, very, so random, but like a bridge. Someone somewhere is gonna know this reference. This is so specific. A truss bridge, right? With the trusses, the triangle trusses that like are the strongest framework that can exist. You know, like it's the rule of threes. I think there's something like divine about that too, and how that shows up actually in like the pyramids and things. I don't know. We'll table that. But a truss is a triangle, and you see it built into bridges, into scaffolding in buildings, things like this. And I'm getting that that's like you're building this foundation, like the strongest bone in the body, right? Like you're the femur, literally. Is that the strongest bone in the body? Okay, this was not without some pain, some misunderstanding. Okay. Okay, so let me oh gosh, guys. Bear with me, guys. Okay. Oh gosh. Take these messages if they resonate. Okay. Where you're currently seated, there is your messaging. Okay, as I'm seeing the High Priestess in reverse here. Hold on. So what the Emperor is building here is being, you know, weighed down by, like, I'm seeing opinions, judgments, things like this from others, right? The High Priestess in reverse as well. Now this is giving me an energy of someone whose messaging is being taken and convoluted and twisted and made into something that it's not. This is bringing someone into the Hanged Man here. Now, this might be something that had happened in ego death here as well. Followed, like, so I'm getting that, like, this has brought you. Okay, I just want to tell you where this is going, because this is, I don't want to lose anybody here or make anybody freaked out, because this should not be. We're arriving at the Magician. Okay, so we're going to get to a good place here, and it's going to only inform more of the magic that was on the table in the beginning. Remember the magic card, and we're ending on Magician here, okay? So I just want to, like, clarify for whoever this is, like, that this journey is so insanely difficult. What I'm looking at here, I almost can't even pick up all these cards here. I've got the Devil in reverse, I've got the 10 of Swords, you know, I've got the 2 of Swords, 10-10 on the timer. This is giving me like lies and things. You know, this is the Hermit. Somebody went into Hermit, shut down, knew that these cycles were closing, that all this stuff was going on. I'm seeing behind your back, knives in the back. I'm seeing, you know, the Queen of Wands here. This is a magical, divine, feminine energy. You're kind of getting this like almost witchy quality, but like I'm getting like a good intentional person who is like applying their own essence and love to the world in a way that is like very impactful and important and loving, and they're being seen as someone who is like up to something weird and like getting into weird, maybe possibly someone feeling like they're into occult shit or something fucked up. I don't fucking know, but that's not the energy here. You're being perceived and projected all this backwards busted shit. You have to deflect it all, and you're that bitch, so you can. But I hate this trajectory for you personally, 11-11 on the timer, because you don't deserve it, because you were the emperor who just wanted to see the world in the first place. That's who you were the whole time. And all of this shit that took place here, it was placed upon you, okay? 10 of Cups in reverse. This is like your home, your reason to celebrate, being bombarded here. 9 of Wands here. This like you are being hit, like he's literally got bandage on his head. He's protecting himself. He built a fortress here. He had to. Okay? Okay, and then Queen of Cups in reverse here too. This is more emotional intelligence that is out of balance because of whatever karmic cycle this is. Your inner child was stifled, was like hurt, okay? This is the beautiful, beautiful imaginative qualities that you inherently possess here. The Devil card in reverse, I think I had already mentioned as well, but like, to me, I'm getting this energy of like you being vilified 12-12 on the timer in the worst way, in the wrong way, and being projected at that you were the one, but you weren't. And now everything's twisted up, everything's fixed, everything is completely busted because it made you into the magician. And that's what people are really truly understanding, aren't they? I'm giving them so much grace in this reading right now, okay? Because they were led astray, whoever these people were. They were being guided by something that was fucked up. They were led into a belief system that was not correct, that was never correct. And guess what? I'm seeing you were too. You were made to believe all these things. You were put through this curriculum as well. So really there's some interesting, subtle, insidious energy going on here. Somehow, somewhere, from someone, sometime, in some timeline, maybe someone's 13-13 on a timer, confirmation, maybe this is multiple people who ganged up on you. It's looking like a lot of shit coming at you. And you know what is even like the cuntiest thing that you ever could have possibly done was stand up and be like, I'm the good guy. And that's what you did, okay, for whoever this message is for. If this is not your current position, this is where you're going. Do it, do it, do it with faith. Do it alone, do it weird, make a scene, make them fucking freak out, be artistic and crazy and weird, and then I'll bring it right back to the heart space and be like, what? It's art. Were you not paying attention? What? And that's how you put on a show, my loves. That's a real show. That's a real show, okay? These fucking backwards busted people who I've learned so much. 14-14 on the timer. We forgive, we forgive, we forgive. Fuck, we forgive, we forgive, we forgive, we forgive. We forgive. You know, it's hard to forget, but we forgive. It's really hard to forget, but we forgive, right? I think that this, you know, this has a chance to really be able to have everyone arrive at a deeper understanding for themselves inside of their heart, right? And like what is truly important and who is magical and who is not, and who, you know what I mean? Like, You know what I mean? Like, someone here was led into the, you know what I mean? The I literally just saw the preview. Oz. 15:15 on the timer. You were led down the yellow brick road, only to discover that there were so many emperors. Or wait, the wizard, I mean. You're the emperor, duh. That's the funny part, like, it's like Dorothy was the emperor and she's like on her way to Oz and she like doesn't even know she's like that bitch already. And then she like, you know, gets her ruby red slippers and like, isn't that all the energy here too? It's just like, oh, there's no place like home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. And I think that for whoever this message is for, the emperor was just in search of the world. Like, trying to find a home in the world. That's all. That's all the emperor ever wanted. You know what I mean? Life is so weird. You know what I mean? So, for whoever this message is for, 16:16 on the timer, like, you know, it's... I feel like for whoever the magician is, like if you're currently there, or if you're on your way toward that, like you see it through a lens once you're there, where like you're thankful for it, you know, it made you stronger, you don't have any hard feelings, you know, you have a deep capacity to love and you always have. I mean, I think people can clearly see that. With where you placed your love and how generous and how constant, you know, you can be. And I think it's really a jarring, beautiful thing when you take your love away and you start loving yourself so fully, so out loud, so publicly. 17:17 on the timer. You know what I mean? I'm saying, like, you could do this at work, in your office. You start wearing bright colors. You know what I mean? Like, you can be who you want, and the world will adjust. They will. You just have to allow yourself to adjust. You know, you have to allow yourself the time to adjust as well, and that's the scary part. That's the hard part. But, like, you have to see the power in it, too. You know, and you have to also see that you have power in it, even when you feel like you don't. Okay? That you're empowered in your own heart, no matter what, no matter who, no matter where, no matter why, no matter how. Okay? You are that bitch, and you don't need to go down the yellow brick road. You can, I guess, but fucking be so careful. 18:18 on the timer, because listen, bitch, you might be fighting off flying monkeys for the rest of your life. Fighting them off with like sticks and shit. Get the fuck out of here. Alright guys, thanks so much for being here for another reading. And I hope to see you in another one very soon. Bye guys.